Hey folks, Dan here. I wanted to follow up after this trading week. It's just after close on Friday, February 26th, and catch up on where CCIV is. It's had a wild ride, as you can see here. This is the 1 hour chart, but there was this massive uptick starting on the 16th, and then this massive downfall that, started to subside a little bit on the 23rd, but then continued through yesterday and the day before. So, this major price action was essentially an overreaction up here to the Lucid deal and then a correction of that overreaction. But there's definitely some telling signs here, so I wanted to share where I think we might be going and what to watch out for. So if you look back in time, this is obviously a major different scale, but there was a pump up in CCIV here, and then it had this mini pop. I mean, compared to this one, it's a mini pop, right? Had this mini pop, but then did this like pretty quick retracement, which is like essentially what happened here, just at another level. But the interesting thing here is, this started to kind of test this 2620 level, and that's where it jumped off of and then continued upward. So interestingly enough, even though we started this peak way up here versus this one, which was way up here, we still came down to that level and bounced off of it on the 25th of February. So I would be really cautious if for any reason CCIV falls below that 2620 level. You could be in, that could be a really bad sign. Let's just say that. What I would think is more likely to happen is that it's establishing itself along this blue line here, which is at 3021. That's a good sign because it needs to establish like a new point from which to jump off of. And that's essentially what all of these lines are. These are lines and levels where the price is going to sort of bump when it's coming from underneath that price. It's going to run into it, sort of like a ceiling, and it's going to have a hard time getting over it. It might bounce off of it a few times, but then if it can get itself over that price and then have established that as the new floor, then you're in business to reach the next level, the next price target. So I think you're in pretty good shape here with this 3021 level that it seems to be coalescing around. As long as you can push off of that and start bumping up against this 3350, then I think you're in really good shape and you can be pretty confident in it at that point. Then we get into some sort of challenging territory here because these levels are so extreme. So it's kind of hard to say. I'll tell you what my suspicion is, though it's just a little bit of we'll call it an educated guess. Because of these previous inflection points here and here and here, where there's all this topping out, there's a level that it's bumping against here and falling back into. I think this 4184 will be a challenge to get through, but I think it'll happen. And then I think, you'll be lucky to get up to this $50 level, though it could happen. But my suspicion is that this price will fall and settle somewhere in, this sort of mid-range here, say 44 to 47. And it'll probably stay there for quite some time. And then maybe, as the merger is actually happening, maybe it'll jump up off of that with some additional hype at that time. So that's where I think you are right now. Again, as long as you're holding this 3021 level, I think you're in pretty good shape. You should start feeling really good once you breach that 3350 and establish that as the floor. If you're waiting or looking to get in, that's probably where I would make my move. Though if it's continuing upward really well off of this 3021 on Monday, for example, you could be reasonably confident that things are moving in the right direction. So there's CCIV. As things sort of evolve, I will post on my Twitter. Maybe I'll do an updated video here, but we'll see what happens. It's always interesting. In any case, if you enjoyed the video, If you've enjoyed any of my other videos, please like and subscribe. It really helps. And you can follow me on Twitter at Dan_Coyle. I'll put the handle in the description below. And I will see you all in the next video.